back in the day. And I used to smoke the cigarette, but I didn't put the cigarette to my mouth, right? I was too bougie. So I was doing the Cruella de Vil, like, long cigarette thing, put the cigarette at the bottom. Hey, it's Nay, and welcome to my channel. Y'all, we're already in another month. We are really stepping into what it is to be in the ending of spring and then of stepping into summer. And boy, oh boy, is the outside ready for the hotness. And so, you know, your girl gotta get ready for the hotness. But before we go ahead and do our June trade together, because let's do our trade together. Let's do our monthly trade together. And even if you don't do a monthly trade, go ahead and let's start up your weekly trade together, okay? Because it is hot mom summer, hot gal summer. It is everybody go outside time. All right, so let's go through actually first the fragrances I use the least, and then the most used, and then we're gonna use the majority of this time talking about June fragrances because I'm super uber excited about what is coming. So I actually didn't use woody oak moss that often, maybe once or twice. I love woody oak moss, but I did go ahead and get Coco Mademoiselle, so I've been spraying that. I did only use this once or twice, like I said, and Love by Sofia Vergara. It's just not for me right now. I think this is gonna be a better fragrance for cooler weather. It's just not what I'm reaching for in warmer weather. Nothing's wrong with it. I think I like the smell. It's just not what I'm reaching for in the warmer weather. So those two I haven't used that much. The other one I only used a few times was Angel Eau Croisiere. This has absolutely nothing to do with the smell, and also more to do with the sweetness of this particular fragrance. I just wasn't reaching for, oh, this is so lovely, but it is a sweet figgy smell that I just wasn't reaching for. Nothing's wrong with it. It wasn't calling my name. The next one will be Floral Musk. I did use this about 4 times or so, and I am starting to put a pretty little dent in here. I do really quite like this fragrance a lot. But we're about to start getting into, and lastly, Green Tea by Elizabeth Arden. There's another fragrance that has a bougier vibe to this that I was spraying a little bit more often. So, yeah. Now, let's go on to the ones in the middle. I use like medium amount. Shit, and I was Eau Fraiche. It's hard not for me to use this. As you can see, there's coming quite a dent. I just got scared of the dent. That's why I only used it a medium amount. This one I only used the medium amount as well. I like it, but oh, okay. So the thing about this one, I like leaving my house with this, and I also like going to my bed in this, and I just medium amount. My bedtime primarily is what I was using this for more than anything. Okay, so these next ones I used quite a bit. I used them at least 5 or 6 times in the month, maybe even more, to be honest. Guerlain's Mon Guerlain, like, this is absolutely disgusting. How, sis? Oh boy. Burberry Her Eau de Toilette got used heavy this month. Look at this dent, and I bought this how long ago? Does anyone remember when I bought this, or when I undid this unboxes with you guys? Next, okay, so the Citron, I used a medium amount. I didn't really spray it a lot. I usually combine this with something. I do like it. This is just one of those, I feel like it's a nighttime citrus that I can go out with, and I just haven't had date nights like that this past month. Valentina Yellow Dreams is that girl. As you can see, I have been using her. Oh, that smells so good. It's like musky, lemony, slightly sweet. a little powdery. It's beautiful. It's so nice. It's so nice. The other one I'm gonna stop using this, to be honest, because I'm not, oh no, there's quite a bit still in here. I really love Sea Fiori, but I think this is time for this to actually to go to bed, to rest in my cabinet of see you guys in the warmer weather. Not because you can't wear this, but because this is discontinued, I believe, and I really don't feel like buying a new one because I like it. But I think it's that what is that note called? There's a note that it gets a licorice for me that's in quite a many fragrance that reminds me of like black licorice. Neroli, for some reason, I haven't heard no one else mention this, but when a fragrance is heavy on the neroli, it kind of gives me like a black licorice vibe, which almost gives me like a bad bee type of vibe, but I only want that certain times. It's the creamy sweetness in here that also is kind of powdery that makes me really truly love this fragrance. Super feminine, pretty girl, gorgeous. It's gorgeous girls typically like Sea Fiori. I'm just saying. And if you don't like Sea Fiori, you're still a gorgeous girl. I mean, all the gorgeous girls are not the same, so it's fine. Okay, next, this has been a love for me. She's actually going right back on the tray. This is Tommy Bahama St. Bart's. It is giving me, oh my god. So, and I love margaritas. I love margaritas, martinis. But this is giving me that original, fresh, like frozen margarita vibe. That was a tequila and everything. I do believe there is an actual tequila note in here. It smells so good. And if you're like, okay, liquor vibe, it's giving very much vacation. And then as it dries down, it gives very much clean. It gives me very much white florally clean type of smell. Anyway, this is one I only used a few times. I missed the window for this. I can't remember if I had it on last month's tray, and I should have used it then. This is very nice. It's too sweet right now. The way my behind fear bees, it's too, actually it's slightly fresh, but it's still kind of sweet. I could wear this, but I don't have, so right now, today I'm super girly. Ew. Okay, let me stop. But I don't, like if I was going somewhere, going anywhere, no. Until later, but I could wear this fit and I would like to wear this. But when I wear sweatpants, this is just not the fragrance that I reach for, although it's very nice. I actually really like this. I'm gonna put this back on my tray and see if hopefully I'll wear it. The thing with having so many fragrances is it's not about necessarily not liking a fragrance more or less, that you just have so many that you end up, and as a fragrance YouTuber, you try out so many different fragrances and buy new fragrances that sometimes you forget about other ones. Like this really was on my tray and I grabbed it like twice. So I'm gonna put that back on my tray. Twilly de Hermes is that girl. Okay, so I've had a short stint where we had problems. Okay, only because she's very spicy and I like to overspray. When I say let me not even get into it with y'all. And as you can see, she's getting a little dent in her, and I went over the hump of issue I had with the spiciness, learned how to spray her on me, and I fell in love. My husband, we have a video coming out of my husband rating my spring fragrances, and he had some things to say about this one. He has some things to say about all of them, to be honest. But I'm going to go ahead and put this back on my tray. I'm not going to even really lift up this one too much. Going right back on the... Florabotanica is probably one of the best purchases I've ever purchased in my life. So Botanica she's absolutely freaking gorgeous. I don't know how many times, come here. I don't know how many times I need to say this. Please try this. Because even if you don't like floral fragrances, this doesn't scream immediate floral to me. It actually screams green. Oh, fresh. Green, earthy, but then there's a slight sweetness, and it almost gives me tea vibe. The thing that's going right back on my tray is L'Ombre de Merveille. You can't tell me nothing when I wear this fragrance, y'all. You cannot tell me anything. Within the next week or two, I'm gonna buy, I think, the yellow, whichever one is available on FragranceNet. I want the whole line because it's giving the Coca-Cola out the glass Coke bottle with back in the day. And I used to smoke the cigarette, but I didn't put the cigarette to my mouth, right? I was too bougie. So I was doing the Cruella de Vil, like, long cigarette thing, put the cigarette at the This is what this is giving me. It's Lush Bath Bomb. It's fresh, it's clean, but it's sweet at the same time. If you don't know what a Lush, you probably know what a Lush Bath Bomb. If you don't, please go take yourself to your mall and go into Lush and just whiff the air of Lush. Next one that I am supremely impressed by. So you're not gonna see a major dent because this is a large freaking bottle. Like powdery, sweet, but still kind of fresh type of vibe. Something very feminine. It almost kind of gives me this, but a little fresher, lighter, airier. So I find myself spraying this first and then layering it with something else that has that sweet or powdery or musky type of vibe. Musk 12 by Kayali, and this fragrance. My tray, and that concludes what I had on my May tray. On to June. I'm bringing out I Fancy You. It wasn't it for me in the colder months because it literally smells like soap. It smells like very clean. That's it. It's just very clean. But with this eat, I'm going to love that. Just to smell fresh and clean. It smells fresh and a little soapy, but there's a perfume vibe to it. Now, I wonder if that's just from marinating and sitting in my house. I'm not sure. I want powdery hawthorn, but because there's something very icy cool about this that's so metallic. The fragrance is Metallique by Tom Ford. This is, I think, my only Tom Ford fragrance right now. One day I will own more, but this is one that I'm so very happy to own. It's something very icy, something very cold, something very metal-like about the initial spray, and that might sound really disgusting, but it's so interesting and cool. And what makes it supremely interesting to me is in the dry down, it gets warm because I think there's a vanilla in there. It gets a little sweet, a little warm, a little perfect. I'm gonna put this on here because although it leans kind of masculine sometimes, there's times when it doesn't. Like right now, it's giving me very citrus, giving me very great vibe, almost Chanel's Eau Fraiche type of vibe. But sometimes it does lean a little masculine. But I'm gonna put this on here because I love the citrus. There's something about citrus in the warmer months that makes you still feel fresh and clean while giving you a pinch of sweetness. And I love something like that because it's not like a synthetic sweet, like a brown sugar, vanilla, benzoin type of vibe. It's still a sweetness. I have to put Coco Mademoiselle on here. Sis is finally back in my collection for like the past couple weeks, and I've been spraying her. There is something, oh my gosh, and there are people who think it smells mature and old, and we can be that together. We can be mature and old together. If this is old, just call me ancient, okay? The bergamots, the orange, it's those, and the lemon, the zest, it's those for me. I'm gonna add Angel Nova on here. It's a little sweet, but I don't care. No, I don't care. Very girly, and I'm here for the girliness. If you've been watching my channel and you didn't know, let me let you know I'm girly, okay? I'm girly and I love it and I enjoy it. It gives me whatever that means. So I'm gonna put two Oakchas on here. If you know I'm obsessed with Morning Rain. I really don't think they're, some bomb. No, 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 no. I honestly can't even control myself. I'm probably gonna do too much with this fragrance, but that's okay because it's $40 for it's 1 fluid ounce, but it's an extrait de parfum. So I'm gonna spray out 4 or 5 spray and I'm good. That's it. It's great. Kalon has to go on here. Kalon is signature scent worthy. I mean, Gentle Fluidity Gold, in my opinion, is signature scent worthy. If you don't have the funds for Gentle Fluidity Gold, but you still want the vibe, you want the similar scent profile, Kalon is quite close. And if you haven't watched it already, I do have a video where well, it's gonna be here. I don't know. I'm gonna put it up top of me comparing Kalon to Gentle Fluidity Gold. I do have a decant of Gentle Fluidity Gold from the original MFK website. It's very, very close. It's very close. Please check this out. Oakcha as a brand itself is a very good brand, to be honest. Olympea by Coco Mademoiselle has to be on here because sis is the salty vibe. It's the salty vibe for me. I need to find more salty fragrances. I need salty and citrusy. Italian love. It's one of the light blue flankers. I think it's called Italian love. I want it. Love saltiness. Ocean de Gioa is giving aquatic. It's giving straight. Boom. There is something so very fun about Ocean de Gioa. It definitely gives me beach vibes. It gives me, oh, there's something actually a little bit very feminine about Ocean de Gioa. I have to look up the notes again because I can't remember, but there's definitely a salt note. It's got the salty tang in it, but there's something fun and feminine about Ocean de Gioa. There are a few. I want Sky and I don't remember the other one. Aqua, I think. Terra is still not for me. It's giving Play-Doh. It's giving Play-Doh. Anyway, the last two that's gonna go on this tray is Stella McCartney's Pop, right? Yes, Pop. I was like, this is I hate the sprayer, but the scent is so different. The scent gives me almost like a savory smell at first, and then it cools down. Like, look at this sprayer. And I don't hear anybody else talk about it, so maybe I just got like a messed up. Oh, it's nice. It's different. I think there's like a tomato leaf note in here, and it gives me savory, but in a nice way. Fresh, savory. The last one I have to add on here, I love my little teddy bear. This is Moschino Toy 2. It is sweet. It is, I believe citrusy, clean, fresh. Oh no, it smells like a bougie soap in the water. It's fresh, it's clean, it's a little sweet. This is definitely a very welcoming fragrance for the warm weather that we are. Oh no. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. I have a video coming up as well of my fave freshy fragrances in my collection, going across the range of the different types of freshies. I feel like I've done that video already, but I have to do it again because it's hot. All right. And that is my tray. Am I gonna do what I always do for every video, every monthly video, and try to pick up the tray? I am. Are you guys ready for this danger that I put myself in every time? Okay, here we go. Okay, so those are the full size. I am adding a couple of the smaller ones. I'm just not gonna put them on the tray until I actually move said tray because I really don't want to die today or break any fragrances because I will cry today. But I'm gonna be adding Wonderland Peony and Sunflower Plop from Floral Street onto this tray, as well as, sorry, excuse me, this is Aqua Allegoria's look at this then. This is Aqua Allegoria's Mandarin Basilic. This is the fragrance I was telling you that is the bougier version of green tea by Elizabeth Arden. It lasts a little bit longer. It's significantly more, and I don't care. I'm going to beg it off of somebody for my birthday or Christmas, which is a long time from now. But hopefully someone will buy the big bottle for me, because it is quite a large bottle. I think it's like a 200 ml or something. So the price, which I think is like $140, which really isn't super wild, for that big something, is a vibe for me to have, and I'm loving it. So that's also going on here. I'm gonna put Clean Skin on here, and then lastly I'm gonna put English Pear and Freesia. So let's go ahead and move the tray, and then I'll add those on. There goes my June tray. Let me know some of the fragrances you have on your June tray. Are any of them newer ones to your collection that you got to try out? And yeah, that was my June tray video. I truly appreciate it. We have reached 300 subscribers. We're getting a little thing here. We're getting a little family. We're getting a little team, a little group, a little clan. Maybe not a clan. Tribe? Yeah, tribe, grouping. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. And I love it. I love y'all. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.